Hey everybody, today I'm going to do a Storytime video. People on YouTube are doing these Storytime videos where they just sit down and tell a story about some time when they got beat up or got arrested or some other adventure. And being that I've been a writer and a diver all these years, one would think that I have lots of adventures, and I do, but in my business everybody's got stories, so I don't really talk about it. But anyway, I was going to tell about the time I actually got attacked by a shark. Now, attacks on scuba divers are very rare. It's very rare for scuba divers to get attacked by sharks, but whenever people hear that I'm in the scuba diving business, they ask me, what about sharks? Are you scared of sharks? Do they get you? How do you keep them away from you? So people are always asking about sharks, but it's very rare to even see one in the wild when you're a scuba diver. It does happen. In the Gulf of Mexico we cross paths with hammerheads and such, but it's very rare, and it's very cool to see one in the wild. But people ask me, what do you do if you see a shark? And I tell them, if you see a shark in the wild, one thing you do not do. If you see a shark, never ever do this. They hate that. And people say, oh, okay, I'll remember that. But the truth is, it's so extremely rare for a scuba diver to get attacked by a shark. Now, however, surfers thrashing around in the surf, they do get bit from time to time. I think it was around 1981. It was probably around 1981 when this happened. And here's a picture of the 1969 Ford Galaxy I was driving at the time. Kind of the beach and scuba mobile of the day. Anyway, the Texas Gulf Coast isn't known for its surfing, but it does start happening out there under the right conditions, and there are surfers out there. I don't know exactly where the spot was, somewhere off Padre Island, just south of the Bob Hall Pier. There's jetties out there, so one of the jetties out there, and there were other surfers there. I was crowding in around the break trying to catch the good rides. The surfboard that I had was special to me that time because it was the first surfboard that I ever bought that was brand new. Usually I got surfboards, battered old used surfboards at garage sales or pawn shops. This was the first board I ever bought brand new off the wall in a skateboard shop. And it was a little big for me at the time, but I grew into it, and it was nice. It was nice and wide, perfect for the flat, mushy waves of the Gulf Coast. Here's a picture of me when I first got it. Anyway, it was the early 1980s. I was surfing off of the jetties just south of the Bob Hall Pier on Padre Island. Don't remember the exact spot, but it was a good day. The waves were nice, and there were lots of surfers out, and we were crowding up along the jetty where the sandbar slopes up, making waves that break just right, and these guys are packed in there, and they're running over each other, and it's like surfing on the freeway. I stand back. I'm off maybe 60 yards out. I'm happier with the mushier, flatter waves, having a big chunk of the ocean to myself. I was sitting there waiting for a set of waves to come in. I'm sitting on my board, and then I feel a tug on my surfing leash, the leash from my ankle to the back of the board. It's a velcroed strap to my ankle, and it goes to a bolt under the board, and I feel something tugging on it like it's hung on something under the water. And I feel something tugging, and then all of a sudden I pull and kick, trying to get my leg free, and it's kicking back. I feel it tugging, I'm being pulled, and it's like a fish caught on the line. I'm heading offshore. This thing is pulling me, it's dragging me backwards. I'm going backwards, the waves are breaking over my head, and whatever it is, it has my leash, and it's making about 3 knots directly offshore. Here's a recreation of what happened. So anyway, this thing's taking me offshores. The waves are breaking over my head as I'm heading out. I get past the 3rd sandbar, and it's the open sea in front of me, and I'm heading south. And I'm thinking this thing is Jaws. I'm thinking I don't know what it's going to take me offshore and have its way with me. And suddenly it lets go. It lets go of my leash. The leash goes slack, and I lift my hands and feet up out of the water, and I sit, and everything is still. And out of nowhere, this smack under the board, like someone underneath the sea has punched the underside of my surfboard as hard as they could, and I can feel it. And I'm standing there with my hands and feet up. I'm laying there on the board with my hands and feet out of the water, and out of the corner of my left eye, I see this mouth filled with teeth come up out of the water at my hand. It comes up out of the water at my hand, and it's snapping, and for the first time, I see this thing. I can see that mouthful of teeth, and I see it, and I realize that this thing is probably about this long. It's about barely, maybe 3 feet long. I mean, this is the chihuahua of bull sharks, or it might have been a sandbar shark, but maybe even a tiger shark, but yeah, this thing was about 3 feet long, and I was thinking it was Jaws. It was taking me off to mama or something anyway, but I laid there on the board with my hands and feet up out of the water, and it left me alone, and the waves kind of worked me back into the break zone, and I caught some of the breaking foam and rolled back into the beach without just barely minimally having to touch the water. I got back to the beach, and I took the rest of the afternoon off. I didn't go back into the ocean after that, but overall it didn't really slow down my surfing or diving any. Now, when I was out surfing after that, I would stay closer to the crowd. I figure it's like a herd of zebras. I'd rather kind of take my chances of being trampled inside the herd than being picked off by the predators on the outside of the herd. But other than that, it didn't slow me down. I still don't worry about Jaws or that sort of thing. It's just I still own that surfboard to this day. Here it is sitting in my office. Now, finally, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea about sharks. They're not nature's perfect killing machine like they say. They're not trying to eat human beings. They don't like to eat people. And if you want to see things from the shark's point of view, I've got some links in the description to some videos about the practice of shark finning. In some countries, there's a huge demand for just the shark's fins. It's considered a delicacy. They make soup out of it, and there's a big market for it. Even though the practice is banned by most nations, some countries still have poachers and fishermen that will use commercial fishing techniques to catch sharks, chop off their fins, and throw the rest of the shark back to sink and die in the ocean. So anyway, so there's some links on that too. Also, I have another, if you like this video, there's another shark video that I've got, an old one, a joke video we did from many years ago called Shark Away Shampoo. It's down there in my videos as well. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want more story time videos or shark videos. We'll see you around. Thanks.